Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
All right, what's up, everybody? Happy SafeMoon Sunday. Glad you're all joining me today. What a week, what a week, what a week. First week of the SafeMoon Wallet Beta is officially under wraps. How many of you got in there? 20,000, I hope. Oh, where'd it go? Android, iOS, all the above, none of the above. I was in there on the Android, still am. Got the latest update yesterday. We might be talking about that a little bit here. Lots to talk about this week. Let's see. What do we have here? Lots of updates for the wallet. We're going to cover all of that. Some of the new features that got in there, some of the bug fixes that they put in there along the way. Some stuff that they put out on Twitter about maybe some new exchanges, things like that are coming down the way. We have a whole fun calendar that we're going to put together here based on what we know about what's coming in 2021. Some cool stuff that Papa's been hinting at, and some history of Papa that maybe some folks out there don't know. Some cool art as always. What have the whales been up to? And a whole lot more. Hope everybody's ready. But first of all, how have your weeks been going? Sorry, it's been a long week. It feels like. Doesn't feel like it's been only a few days since we've last talked. But yeah, glad to see everyone here again. Hope it's going well. Let's go ahead and jump right in. The Fudhound. Remember when they brought the Fudhound onto the team? He has been an absolutely great team member over on the Twitter space. If nothing else, he's been doing some absolutely wonderful promotional material here. Let me go ahead and switch this up. Get my mug off the screen. Boop. Come on now. What are you doing? My buttons don't work. There they go. That's what we want. So, ever since the beta kicked off, the Fudhound has really taken the reins as front and center PR, it seems like. Over on Twitter there, being the, I don't know if you want. I don't know what you would say. Yo, SafeMoon boy, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. It is. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing on this fine SafeMoon Sunday? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hold on, I need to adjust this one light here. Every time I move, my camera gets super duper dark on me. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Thanks, you're welcome. Good to see you. How's everything going in your neck of the woods today? All right, there's a little more brightness on myself. So like I said, the FUD Hound here wasn't sure what his role was going to be when they brought him on. He had a bit of some development that he was working on. You see, he changed his name to the SafeMoon Hound now, his Twitter handle. That's pretty awesome. But he has been doing some really good frontline PR for the SafeMoon Wallet Beta pretty much since that launched. A lot of the bug reports and concerns that people have been surfacing, he has been addressing them in a very public fashion, which is actually really good because a lot of the concerns have been being aired in a very public fashion. So having someone out there to tackle them has been great. And the FUD Hound specifically is a great person to be doing it because people do have a very pretty high opinion of him and his take on things. He's a pretty no-nonsense kind of guy. And if there is an actual problem, he hasn't been one to sweep anything under the rug so far. Price could be better, but everything else is fine. I feel you. Some of those sell-offs today were pretty severe, but I'm not too worried. I'm sure things will be bouncing back in the not too far out there. If you're checking on these whales balances, it looks like we had number 25 knocked off, even though I'm not sure if that was a transfer to another wallet or what, but hopefully not too much longer until these whales will not have anything left to sell. There's only so many trillions of tokens you could sell off before you don't have any trillions of tokens left is pretty much how I'm looking at it. And then, weather the storm. I'm really not making too many gigantic purchases right now. I'm loading up little bits here and there, but I feel more comfortable once the whales are more diluted or out of the picture, when we won't really be as much at risk for their beatings as we are now. For the most part, though, we're hovering between like 17 and 22, which isn't a huge area to swing. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? It was a transfer between two wallets, which is still a weird thing to do, to take that 10% hit. Either way, the reflections from that is pretty sweet, and losing 10% of a few trillion tokens there is a pretty significant drop in his positions on the rankings. So odd. Did anyone ever find out if he spoke to his motivations on that, or just another mystery of the crypto world? I know there was speculation that the wallet may have been compromised, as is always a possibility. But at the end of the day, that's huge amount of tokens still gone to the burn. So, and he's down, and to buy those back would be, I don't know. He's still doing pretty well. It's still a pretty nice position to be having that I wouldn't mind. Here's a cool video from the FUD Hound about buckle up beta testers. We listened. This was, let's see, when did he put this one up here? August 10th. So about 5 days ago now, just a few days after the first beta got put out. Oh my goodness, I need to mute this. So not going to play the audio through for you guys because it's a little obnoxious. But basically, this is the dev team responding to beta testers' feedback on the wallet. Papa waking up. SafeMoon Wallet, we want biometric scans, and iOS got it first with Face ID. Android has it now with the fingerprint. Unfortunately, I can't show you how that works. Ludicrous speed. Batman blasting through on the bike. Fingerprint scan, please. There it is. When Face ID on iOS, it's there now. Biometric scan and Face ID completed. And it's super convenient because I'll tell you, typing in that password every time to log into the wallet is atrocious, because you should have a long, secure, complicated password on your wallet And you don't, no, typing that in. I use a password manager. I use LastPass on my phone and my desktop, so that will load it, but still. Really nice to have the biometrics just touching the phone, or on the iOS, the Face ID there. Yo, what's up? What's your thought? SafeMoon is here to stay. SafeMoon for president. Absolutely. How you doing, my friend? Happy SafeMoon Sunday. Good to see you. Thank you for joining tonight. Just talking about some of the updates to the SafeMoon wallet that we've been seeing this week. Really nice to see how quickly they have been responding to the feedback that's been being put out there from the testers and the community. Here's a video from the official Twitter account from just yesterday, again talking about thank you for the support for the SafeMoon wallet open beta launch. They're going to cover some of the features that they have added and adjusted. Oh my goodness, again with the volume. Why doesn't it remember that I wanted to mute that? Let's take it back here one more time here. So one of the big ones they added, the top will actually show the correct balance now, monitoring all testers' feedback. It's time to get serious about the SafeMoon wallet. And I'll tell you what, it runs great, it looks great. Intuitive design, and they strive for perfection. I'm really looking forward to getting some of the themes on here. The future of trading. They keep talking about trading. I thought that was going to be more of an exchange thing, but hey, if we get to see trading on the wallet, all right. I know they have the swap function introduced now on the iOS version. The Android version that I have now, the V.2, does not have the swap functionality in there yet. But that will be awesome. If we can swap chains like you can do on Trust Wallet, that will be super awesome. Very cool to see what's coming there. These charts, super nice charts. That's something that I think is interestingly missing from the other wallets. Really gives you some ideas of what you could waste your money on whenever you get the urge to, for some reason, not just buy more SafeMoon. It would be funny if they had just a SafeMoon chart that was SafeMoon all the way down. I'll have to send that in as some feedback. Needs the SafeMoon chart. Now on iOS, I hadn't gotten to do any iOS testing, obviously, but it seems like they've been able to move a bit quicker on the iOS side since they're actually in the iOS beta testing program. Now I saw Hank mentioned today that, was it today, maybe yesterday, that they're hoping to get Android in the actual Android beta testing program soon so they can stop emailing us these APKs. This was from SafeMoon Warrior from a few days ago. Here is what they had gotten. Let's see. Sorry. iOS's bug fixes from, 3 days ago on iOS. And just look at how quickly they got all these fixes put in, because the iOS beta came out just a week ago, and this was 3 days ago, so this was just within a few days of the initial release. They fixed notifications, which is great, actually getting notifications coming through on your sends and receives. Applied logic to send BNB, so you can actually do the send. That was one of the bugs that we mentioned on last week's stream. General message, I'm not sure what that means. Formatted tokens showing on pages. Tabs, I'm not sure what a lot of that stuff, a little iOS specifics there. Fetching fee for sending SafeMoon again with the sending. So initially we had speculated that the issue with sending was that it couldn't calculate correctly. Looks like that was correct on the fees. Doesn't crash as much anymore. And at the top it could show the correct amount. Pretty good stuff. Lots of behind the scenes things that are pretty important to make sure it could function correctly. And this is what they had talked about when people were saying, how come we don't have the full functional everything is here calculator? Well, because it's important to make sure this kind of stuff is working first. And now that they're working out all these kinks, they'll be able to get all of the other cool features put in on top of it, which should hopefully, as they have indicated, already be developed. Now they're just waiting to go ahead and get it rolled out to everybody so we can go ahead and start testing them. That's a great sign. Hopefully then not too long we'll be able to see some more features, because there are still quite a few different sections within the beta that you click on them and you see, coming soon and things like that. Definitely looking forward to seeing less coming soon and more new features, specifically on the swap section. And like I said before, the themes, because those themes that they had talked about were going to be a pretty nifty deal, and I'm excited for those. And then the browser with the D apps. can't wait to get browsing and using my SafeMoon wallet instead of my Trust wallet because, especially with what happened on iOS, losing the Trust wallet dApps. Not sure if SafeMoon wallet's going to be able to get around whatever the reason was that Apple doesn't like Trust wallet having a browser. If the SafeMoon wallet's going to have a browser. This was cool. Jason at Shields with a 1 for the eye. How awesome is the SafeMoon team? I offered a function idea to the FUDHound yesterday, and today it's in the app. So this was to add a SafeMoon button to the calculator, right? How cool is that? Pretty sweet. So here is the tweet that Jason submitted to the SafeMoon Hound yesterday. Or, thinking bigger as one does, in addition to a dollar amount, how about a SafeMoon button, conversion button to the calculator, to allow a project selection to be converted to SafeMoon. So, you have a button to convert to dollars. How about a button to convert to SafeMoon? And then, boom, look at that right there. Not only a button, a giant button, which is great because not only is it cool to have that just for a functional sense, but it's also phenomenal branding. Putting the SafeMoon logo nice and big and front and center is always good because the more you show any type of branding, the more you could really drive home exactly the message behind what it is that the product is. That's very important, no matter what sometimes. Anyway, what is it that we were talking about here? Yes, the SafeMoon wallet. That's right. It's really cool that the team is doing well to integrate community feedback so quickly, and the fact that they saw a cool suggestion on Twitter and then were like, yes, we can actually do that. That's a great idea. Send it to the devs, and the devs had it in like within a day. I think that's actually super cool. Coming down the line from the official team, they had a hype pick here that I thought was absolutely awesome. Oh, excuse me. Super hypey. Turn it up. This way. I'm not sure which way it looks on the screen. Alpha, beta, release. August 28th, less than 2 weeks now until everyone gets the official full-featured wallet. Now, still not sure if we're going to have the buy button. Simplex buy button. Everybody's real hooked on Simplex. I'm not able to use Simplex. My bank hates them. Does your bank like Simplex? Before you're out there waving around a flag for a Simplex buy button, make sure your bank is going to let you use Simplex. Go to one of these other exchanges that uses Simplex and try to do something with it. My bank does not. I called them and spent more than 1 hour on the phone arguing, and they were it's not great. I talked to a lot of people. I did a lot of approvals. I gave a lot of verbal approvals and everything. They said they have all the things in place. Do it. And I did it, and they saw it, and many attempts. Not fun. So Simplex buy button isn't necessarily the end all be all for whatever. So maybe they have another option in place coming as well. Not sure. But hey, if it's not there on release, that's okay with me as long as everything else is there and looking sweet. But here we go. Love the graphic. Love what it's got going on here. We're in the beta phase right now. Release coming August 28th. Get hyped. Go retweet this one. Hate these new Twitter color schemes. It is what it is, though. SafeMoon Swap. Here's a screenshot from iOS. I told you guys we haven't gotten this over on the Android APK yet, so all I can do is show you a screenshot. Not actually going to do a demo of the new Android APK because there's not a whole lot to see. There is the fingerprint scanner, which I can't show you on the emulator because I can't do I can't put my finger on the, and then a bunch of bug fixes, which no new features really to show. So not a whole lot to see there. This is not there, but this is really cool. This is the swap feature. Check it out. So let me open it in a nice big version here for you. So as you can see at the top, this was one of the bugs in the initial launch. This was showing all zeros across the top there. Now we can actually see a dollar amount. And look how clean this UI is for swapping from one currency to another. Here, in this case, they're looking at swapping SafeMoon to Smart Chain BNB. You set your slippage and then how quickly you want it to go. And I know nobody ever changes these. Really, they only change slippage. But really clean, as presumably you would tap into that and then you could modify it. And then there's a quick setting for quarter, half, 3/4, and max. And then you can enter the amount right there by tapping on it, which is, I'm sorry. No, that's going to change into the swap button. You would enter your amount here, and this will change to swap when you have an amount entered. That's just grayed out, telling you need to enter an amount. So here's where you're to enter the amount you would like to swap. Then the arrow give you the output down here. Hit the swap button, and you get your currency. Very cool. Looks great. Now, currently, since we don't have the SafeMoon exchange in existence, this would have to use whatever exchange is available on the Binance Smart Chain or whatever chain you are operating on. For example, if you go to PooCoin and hit the trade button there, that will just pick whatever exchange is good. Or if you say use MetaMask, the browser extension, and do a swap there, that will scan 3 to 5 different exchanges depending on what you're swapping and do the best rate. It'll pick the best rate. So hopefully the SafeMoon wallet will do something like that. Scan a number of exchanges and do a best rate. Most of them will probably end up being on PancakeSwap because most of the BCS currencies won't have liquidity anywhere else. But, that's pretty neat. Looks really cool. Hopefully it will indicate somewhere on there what or which exchange it is using when it does do the swap. And then, of course, once we're on the SafeMoon exchange, hopefully it will primarily use the SafeMoon exchange itself. Very cool there. Very interesting stuff coming along. Definitely looking forward to seeing that on the Android side. And like Hank said, I'm excited to get, here we go. Here is actually, I'm sorry. Sorry, Fudhound. It was actually the Fudhound, not Hank. Again, another excellent Fudhound tweet. SafeMoon James posting a screenshot of the Fudhound here, tweeting or updating us all. It's exactly right. They're awaiting Google Play's alpha test approval. Usually takes 24 hours, but they said because of COVID, it could take up to a week. So once that is approved, all beta testers will be migrated over to it for easy updates. So the reason I was thinking Hank is because Hank has been the one sending the APK emails. But there you go. Fudhound keeping it real on Twitter with the updates. Very nice. So that will be nice because then we won't have to wait for the weird APK updates, and we could actually get things pushed out, and we may have a better feedback system because on Apple right now you could long press things and there's built-in screenshots, and the way you can send feedback is so nice. On Apple, on iOS. On Android, you still have to just, we're doing email. But hey, it is what it is. And as long as we're getting a good wallet, it's great. Because that's what we're here for, getting that wallet. And also what we're here for, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more soon, but we're going to talk about it a little bit much right now, because I'm excited about it. SafeMoon V2. Have you guys heard about, thought about, talked about SafeMoon V2 and what it's going to mean? We're going to talk about it a lot coming up here because I think we're going to be hearing a lot, talking a lot, speculating a lot. SafeMoon Warrior compiled some information from a post on Discord. I'm sorry, I said I can't speak well today. I don't know what it is. This weekend, my mouth and tongue have been giving up on me. SafeMoon Warrior, great compilation of information from Discord about the V2 upgrade. So we had been speculating previously about what could V2 mean. Is it going to be a whole new token? Are we going to have to migrate from V1 to V2? Or all the people who don't hear about this, who have their V1 on an old wallet, who expect to come back in 10 years, are they going to be lost out in the wilderness with some useless tokens or something? What's going to happen? What is going on? What does this all mean? Apparently not. Apparently it's not going to be a new token. Somehow they're going to rewrite a contract and it's going to be just applied to all the tokens that we have currently. Let's take a quick read about this and then we'll discuss it a little farther. In September 2021, that is right around the corner, the SafeMoon smart contract will be upgraded to V2. This will better facilitate our future products and launches. There is nothing new to buy. Please do not worry. That's important. No worries. More information will follow in a future SafeMoon Sunday. So there are 3 more SafeMoon Sundays before it's possible for this to come. The sooner the better on getting that information out there. And of course, I'll keep you guys all in the loop-de-loop as that information comes out. So basically, what could we take away from this, and what could we put from what we take away from this up against what we have already been discussing about V2? Nothing new to buy. So that means there's not going to be basically a new SafeMoon. There's not going to be a SafeMoon V2 and a SafeMoon V1 where you can hold both of them in your wallet and say, I have this much V1 and this much V2. Or so it sounds. It sounds like there's only going to be one. And it also sounds like they're going to be making some changes to the contract. But what changes? Changes that are going to better facilitate future products and launches. Now, we had some discussions previously about some impacts that this may have around tokenomics, whether it may be the case that it will allow users to opt in or out of tokenomics on purchase, and whether or not it will allow or potentially force exchanges to play along with tokenomics, because we have tokenomics V2 as something that we have been waiting on for a little bit now, since it was mentioned in an AMA a bit ago. Hopefully, whatever this contract, the V2 upgrade entails, will be something that helps the other all exchanges participate in tokenomics fairly and more equitably than they are currently. Not sure if there will ever be a way to be able to monitor what's going on, if you want to say behind the curtains of exchanges, once they buy their SafeMoon. There's really no way to track what their users do with it unless they send it outside of that exchange's wallet back onto the chain. But it will be interesting to see what SafeMoon comes up with this V2 upgrade here. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It's very interesting that they're not actually creating an entire, second token here. That's probably for the best. It would be very worrisome to try to manage and micromanage two entire tokens there, and that would be pretty confusing to the community, and I think would open up a new avenue of attack for potential FUD there. So definitely good to see that there's not going to be anything new to buy, and they already have come out and put this out there and told everybody just hang tight, no worries. Basically upgrading the contract in what they are putting out as a way to facilitate future products and launches. So what products we have are the exchange, the blockchain, which is interesting to consider, bridges potentially, and the wallet. So I think this would have quite a bit to do with probably bridges and maybe more or less the blockchain. Now we know that the Ethereum bridge currently doesn't really, when you get over on Ethereum side, you don't have the 10% fee. So maybe now when the future bridges come up, tokenomics will be more in full effect. We'll see. With the V2 upgrade. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Let me know what you all think this could bring together for SafeMoon. Lots of potential out there, and with 3 more SafeMoon Sundays to go until the actual launch, it will be very interesting to hear what comes. Either way, I'm sure it'll be some pretty good stuff to make sure that SafeMoon's ready to rock and roll for the end of the year here. End of the year here, with the exchange and blockchain both on the way. Speaking of exchanges, if you had been keeping an eye on Twitter, we had a great post here. Let's see. Where? That's not the one I was looking for. Oh, John. Here we go. Speaking of exchanges, over on Twitter, John had posted this. So we've had some weird discussions about exchanges coming up recently, whether or not SafeMoon was still going to be pursuing exchange listings, or whether they were going to say, nah, whatever, we're going to do our own thing. And this doesn't really help. We have at the top imminent the wallet. And then along the way, we have a whole bunch of exchanges, some tokens. Just an interesting chart or picture. Kind of makes me get the idea of this is the mountain that we have been climbing, and now we have passed everyone. And we have grown above and beyond, and we don't really, but at the same time, he's still at the base of the mountain. So, bit of an odd picture. Bit of an odd one here, because he's wearing the SafeMoon gear, but he sees SafeMoon imminently up in space, August 28th. That's the wallet date, not the exchange date. Not quite sure what to make of this picture. I think they were just trying to get some kind of an exciting bit of an image out there. But, interestingly, what has been happening over on Twitter, the SafeMoon Twitter account just followed a couple of Coinbase accounts, which we know is one of the biggest exchanges out there, publicly traded and all of that. Followed 3 Coinbase accounts, again, SafeMoon Warrior, keeping a good eye on what's going on in the Twitterverse. And Coinbase has been one of the exchanges that SafeMoon has been, I don't want to say pursuing, but, hoping to be listed on for quite some time. And we had talked about in the past, why would SafeMoon still care to get listed on some exchanges, even though they have their own exchange coming. And, even though they do have their own on their way, it still doesn't hurt to get exposed to the user base of other exchanges. So this was just, again, under just 5 days ago now, Wednesday-ish. Interesting to see that something may be still in development, or hopefully this would indicate nearing the end of development, or maybe they're just saying, hey, we're following you now because our own exchange is almost ready. Not sure. Hopefully it means that they're going to be listed on Coinbase soon, because like I said, even though that SafeMoon is going to be having their own exchange soon, which won't necessarily be needing Coinbase necessarily, it will still be nice to be listed on as many exchanges as possible, because you have to keep in mind, when SafeMoon launches their exchange, we're not going to have such a huge user base. SafeMoon currently has like 2.5 million holders, and most of them aren't going to immediately start just buying crypto daily on the SafeMoon exchange, or even potentially holding it there. Like, we'll probably continue to hold on the SafeMoon wallet, but how many people plan to actually transfer to an exchange to hold there? We'll have to see what they offer to do that, but not sure. Have to see what kind of an environment and ecosystem get developed as we move along down that way. But definitely will be always beneficial for SafeMoon to expand their reach, basically. Get out in front of as many eyeballs as possible, as many consumers as you can, and get bought up there. Put out a little bit of a poll earlier today regarding the SafeMoon exchange, just to see how everybody was feeling about it. How many different cryptos did you all think were going to be listed on basically day one of launch for the SafeMoon exchange? And it looks like the numbers aren't in yet, but we have 75 votes, which is a pretty good set of feedback here. And the vast majority, nearly 50%, say under 25. And then the second majority, 26.5%. And this is my vote, is in the 26 to 50 category. And I think that's about right. I don't think there's going to be an overwhelming number, 50 to 100 or 100 plus. And thank you all, everyone who voted. I really appreciate you pitching in your opinions here. Very, very helpful. Given the workload on everything, over 25 seems a stretch. I think there'll be a very meticulously curated list of tokens with great use cases and potential. Every token list will be a future winner and a safe bet. See, clarity. I agree, clarity there. And Valhalla, over 25 seems a stretch. I agree as well, but I do think so. Both of those are great points. We had talked about whether or not they were going to just let any old token get listed, or if they were going to be doing a pretty good curation. And I agree that I think it's going to be very highly curated. And I also agree that due to the workload, that it's going to be a lot of work to get the initial batch on there, but I do think that for the initial day one that they're probably going to push it to get a pretty good workload, and that's why I put it up. That's why I put myself in the 25 to 50. Obviously, I don't get a vote since it's my poll, but this is where I would be. I think under 25. I think if you just imagine a handful, I think I could probably, if I really, really put my effort into it, get 25 tokens rattled off. Even the big ones like Doge and Bitcoin and ETH and things like that. So probably should be okay for them to get, I would say probably 30 to 4, probably like 30 or so should be acceptable. Because again, you really want to maintain the image. You don't want the trash. Like if you have an exchange full of trash, then you're the trash exchange. So nobody wants to be the trashy exchange. Definitely not SafeMoon. Definitely not on day one. You want to be in there looking nice, looking sharp, and I like it. So thanks again, everybody who came out and voted on that one. I appreciate it. 13 hours left if you want to put your feedback in. Drop your replies down. Appreciate all the feedback. That is why I put this out there, get these discussions going. That's why I like to do these streams as well, do them live so we could have a little bit of a back and forth there. So moving along, the main jam for today is in this tweet. I said we were going to make a little bit of a schedule about what's going on for the end of the... Okay, so... So that's the wrong tweet for the end of the year schedule, but it's a good one. You might want to save this one. Ha 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 ha. There it is. So, in this tweet, said mark your calendars with all the good stuff that's coming for the end of the month, end of the year, end of 2021. So much stuff coming for SafeMoon by the end of the year that we really do need a calendar to keep track of it all. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got a Google Calendar here called SafeMoon 2021 or SafeMoon Schedule. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to add all the good stuff on it that's exciting for SafeMoon. And then I'm going to share it out to the world and you guys can have it. And then I'm going to keep it updated as we get any new news about cool stuff coming through. If we get any hard dates for anything, if anything changes like that, I'm going to try my best to keep it updated for you. So hopefully this goes well. I think you'll love it. And then as we go along, we'll talk about what all this means and what each item could do for the future of SafeMoon. Up, down, all around. We've covered quite a few of them already in previous discussions, but now as we've gone, we hopefully have gotten a bit more information about each thing here and what it can be. So first up, by the end of August, we have the wallet launch, and that's going to be on or before August 28th. I believe we can say the wallet launch is going to be on August 28th. So let's go ahead and drop that in. We're going to go SafeMoon Wallet. What do you want to say? Full launch. We don't have a time for this yet, so I'm just going to put it in for all day. Save that. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Next up in September. Let's go ahead and jump over to September now. So in September, now remember, in those pictures from the SafeMoon Survival Kit and also the arcade cabinet, we had that 120921 date. So that's right here. That's September 12th. Not sure if that's going to be any one of these two items that are on the September significant items list. So it could be, we have the V2 token launch, and then we also have two bridges coming in September. Bridges being WAX and EOS. So I don't know if either one of those are planned to be the September 12th. Oh, you know what we can also add? Our every 2 weeks, we should have a SafeMoon Sunday. So that is going to be starting on the 22nd, which is next. We have a SafeMoon Sunday. And I believe that is at around 3 p.m. my time. I'm not 100% sure, though. I will adjust that as I find out the exact time. And then we can go 2 weeks out from the 22nd will be the 5th. So it's interesting that actually, here's what we can do. Since we know officially that the SafeMoon Sundays are going to be every 2 weeks, let's go ahead and edit this. Thank you. We can repeat. Let's go every 2 weeks. Perfect. So now every 2 weeks we have the SafeMoon Sunday AMA, which does not fall on 120921. Good to know. So September 12th is not going to be a SafeMoon Sunday AMA. Interesting and potentially unfortunate, since that would have been a fun day to see if something was going to be coming up. So in September, we have the V2 token launch and the Bridges release. So what we don't really have a firm date for either of those yet. We know Papa is going to be working with P tokens, basically to get the bridges in order. And then the V2 token launch is also in Papa's wheelhouse. So Papa's got a busy September going. That's probably why we hadn't been hearing a whole lot from him. So we can put both of those in here, I guess, for September 30th until we get a better date. So V2 token deadline. Deadlint. We could also add, let's see, Wax Bridge. I'm going to put the bridges in as two separate ones because we may get a different date down the line for each one. And I will switch it from deadline to release date once I know that it's an official release date instead of a deadline. Now, moving from September into October. Now, let's talk about those bridges real quick. What do you guys think about the bridges so far? Have you used the Ethereum bridge at all? I just bought a little bit more PSafeMoon the other day. Now, I didn't use the bridge, but I did buy PSafeMoon, which wouldn't be possible if there wasn't a bridge in place. And I did that because I had some USDT over on Ethereum that I didn't have anything else to do with. So, buy some PSafeMoon with it. Why not? So I will say I really do appreciate having the bridges. It's nice. Now, other chains, maybe we'll find even more use for them. I don't do a whole lot on other blockchains. I do some I do some on Matic, Polymatic, but that's about it for the most part. Nothing on ETH because it's pretty much too expensive. That's why I just had that USDT that I didn't really have anything to do with there. What about you guys? Any big plans when the bridges come up? Do you think they'll have a significant impact? I think the main goal is to really just have that ecosystem in place. Not so much to be taking your SafeMoon all over the world. Hopefully there are some SafeMoon farms that start popping up soon. And then that V2 token deadline, very interested to see how that pops up. Like we just talked about, what that could mean. Should be cool. Should be cool. Moving into October now. In October, we have the SafeMoon Exchange launch. This is going to be absolutely exciting, massive. One of the biggest things we've been waiting for since SafeMoon has come out, basically. They've been talking about the exchange since day one. It's been on the roadmap, something we've all been excited and waiting for. The exchange is going to be one of the big volume generators and one of the big, what do you want to say? Something that establishes SafeMoon as a mighty big player in the crypto scene. There's a lot of tokens out there. There's even a lot of folks that have a wallet out there. But once you've built an exchange and you're out there collecting fees to convert cryptos from one to another and working as an actual exchange with a back end, you're doing something big. Of course, the blockchain is years and worlds beyond that, and we know that that's coming, but delivering on the exchange 2 months prior to the scheduled date for the blockchain is going to be excellent. And again, for SafeMoon, the continual cycle of producing these products one after the other and delivering them is going to be awesome. And it should provide an ongoing, hopefully continual boost to the price each time something new comes out that sets a new floor. When the wallet comes out, the price should hopefully come up to here and stay there. And then when we get to, I don't know necessarily about V2 and bridges, but then when the exchange comes out, and then when the blockchain comes out, and I think the blockchain is really when we're going to see a new level of SafeMoon, as long as it really does what it's supposed to as far as burning SafeMoon as gas fees, the way that we use BSC for fees now. So we have the SafeMoon exchange as the October launch. Where, oh where, do you think they're really going to launch it on Halloween when they have an AMA scheduled? We could drop it in there and see how that looks. Let's see. If they launch the blockchain, I'm going to put it on the 30th. I'm betting it's going to be the 30th, but we'll put it at the end of the month just to say that would be a great day. No, exchange, not blockchain. SafeMoon exchange deadline. All right, and moving into November, we're getting pretty close to the end of the year now. We have the SafeMoon podcast launch. This is something I haven't heard getting talked about enough. What is the SafeMoon podcast going to be? I think it's going to be great, especially with the blockchain coming out. A great way to feature new projects and promote things on the SafeMoon blockchain. Now, the SafeMoon blockchain is going to be a foundation, but with a foundation, if nobody builds anything on it, what is it? Imagine BSC, the Binance Smart Chain, without any tokens. If Binance was just like, look at this smart chain, and we have the BNB, the BSC, BNB token, right? And then everybody was like, okay, cool, bye. They never built no one ever built like Pancake Swap or SafeMoon or any of these other coins and tokens and dApps and things like that. It would be literally nothing. It would be CZ staring at himself in the mirror, wishing people would use his ecosystem. So I'm hoping that the SafeMoon blockchain or SafeMoon podcast will be their way to promote developers who have an idea to build on the platform. If you want to say, hey, we have an idea for the SafeMoon chain. Okay, come on the SafeMoon podcast. We can promote you guys. Not sure. I'm just speculating here. But that'd be a cool way to get some community involvement and promotion and things like that. Also a good way to get that one-on-one news development out there. We have the AMA for that, though. So not so sure that that's what they would use the podcast for. So SafeMoon podcast launch, we're going to go ahead and drop that at the 30th of November. Again, don't forget, once we get more firm dates, I will update this list. And as new items come out, they will be added to this calendar as well. This is going to be a very flexible calendar. I'm going to keep this updated throughout the year. So once we get a schedule for the podcast, I'll add that as much as I can to here when we know the podcast schedule. If we get guests and things like that for it, I'll plop that on here. It'll be good stuff. As soon as we get the information. For now, I'll put on here what we have. But cool. And again, if the SafeMoon Sundays ever get adjusted, I will adjust them accordingly. Let's see. Now, into December. Here we go for the big one. And don't worry about these U.S. holidays. They are not going to show. That's just this here. There we go. They will not show up on your calendar, because what I'm going to do at the end here is I'm going to share this link. If I didn't mention, I think I did. I'll post this link in chat. I'll post it on Twitter. I'll post it down in the description. You could add to your Google Calendar, iCal, Outlook. People use Outlook still. Wherever you want to put it. Enjoy the calendar, and then you'll get to see all the SafeMoon stuff. Right? I'm not just doing this because I'm into calendars. Trying to make something that y'all can enjoy out there and try to stay in the loop, because it's hard to keep track of what's going on with all this nonsense. And then when we get actual dates, we'll put in the actual dates. If you guys have anything cool that you're aware of that's in the SafeMoon universe, shoot it to me on Twitter, Discord, wherever. I'll put it on the calendar. It'll be sweet. December, you have the blockchain launch. Bum, 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 bum. And also, we have the Gambia and Operation Phoenix update. That's exciting. I really can't wait to hear what it's going to be in the Gambia and Operation Phoenix. It could be many, many things. We know they've been going hard getting their meetings on with the government until COVID basically kind of put the brakes on the team. They got a little sick, took a break. So hopefully they're back in business now. Hopefully they did some virtual meetings in the meantime. Hopefully they had some things already in the works that were able to keep being in the works, even though the team had to kind of stop taking their trips there. But that's very, very interesting. I've heard some rumblings on Twitter that the Operation Phoenix and the Gambia are all things that are going to be way bigger than what we've been imagining. So really exciting. I'm trying not to get too hyped about it because we had been pretty hyped about it in the past, and then they kind of let it die off, and we had other things going on here with the, the wallet and actual product releases, and not just hypey hypes about Firebirds and things like that. So should be sweet. I'm back in Firebird mode now. Let's go. So we have the blockchain launch, which is going to be incredible. Can't wait. What do you guys think is going to be on the blockchain day one? Are they going to be ready to go? Are they going to just say, here's the SafeMoon blockchain, here's a bridge to it if you want to take your SafeMoon over? I hope they have a bridge to the SafeMoon blockchain on day one. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what it's going to be for, but we'll see. And maybe a couple of D apps over there. Not sure if there are going to be any other tokens available on it on day one. Not sure how that works. But let's get this on the calendar for December. All right. End of the month now. We have, of course, what happened here? December 31st. Might as well drop it all the way at the end there and then move it around once we know what it is. SafeMoon blockchain launch deadline. And then also we have project. And you see they're spelling Phoenix. Phoenix. And they're pretty much confirming now that Project Phoenix is the Gambia. I guess we're good with that. We're not speculating anymore. So, right on. Good stuff. So that's what we have for the calendar here. Very busy year ahead. If we take this back out now and look at the yearly view, check it out. Google doesn't do a great job of illustrating what's going on for the year, apparently. It'd be nice if it indicated on each of these what the year's had, but I guess we can look at the month. August, we have the wallet launch. September, we have 12/9/21. Or is it going to be 12/9/21? Is it September 12th or December 9th? Still not sure. I guess I could put that on December 9th, but because they are in Europe, or I should say UK specifically, because other parts of Europe do use 12/9 date format instead of 9/12. October, we have the SafeMoon Exchange. November comes the podcast. And then December, we have Project Phoenix and the blockchain. That is an incredible end of the year. And then again, we have, I'll just leave this up for a moment for y'all to review when the August of 2026, when you think about selling potentially half the bag and then letting your wife know maybe that you invest in crypto. Maybe. I'm going to put a maybe in front of that one. Nah, just kidding. My wife is a big supporter of everything that goes on in the crypto scene here for some reason. She knows how good it all goes. So we did talk earlier about that whale and that whale sale. Whale number 25, he got knocked out of his 25th position. A lot of people had initially reported that he's long gone. He actually sold out, but it turns out apparently that he had just done a transfer. But I guess, why would a whale transfer his entire bag from one wallet to another and just sacrifice 10% of it? Strange thing to do for SafeMoon. And then along those lines, what do you guys think about tokens that have whale protection built into them? You know, there's certain ones that have transfer or sell more than like 0.2% of the total amount of a token volume at a time. That's something that's interesting. Do you think SafeMoon should ever implement something like whale protection in an upgraded contract? It would stop maybe some of the dumps. Different things about, like, you know, literally wallets are not allowed to accumulate more than a certain percentage of the total amount of a token's existence. And then also that certain, you know, you can't transact more than a certain amount in a certain transaction, which is what causes certain tankings, you know, because how much BNB gets taken out of the liquidity pool at once. Interesting things like that have been coming into play on some more modern, if you will, even though it's only been a few months, contracts that are out there now. Some interesting discussions there. I don't think SafeMoon would ever be able to drastically change their contract to that effect, but a lot of the newer contracts are putting whale protection into them, and I can see why after the weeks we've been having. I'm sure a lot of people out there wouldn't be upset if SafeMoon at least had that discussion. Interested in SafeMoon, though. Here's a report. Vibes at Higher Together, extra R there over on Twitter. Google search for SafeMoon globally. Look at this spike. People be loving on SafeMoon. Look at that. That's awesome. Keep it going. Keep telling your friends. We have to get everybody all up in it. More people searching on that SafeMoon. Bring them in the fam. We have to spread the word, spread the love. I'll tell you, I was wearing my SafeMoon shirts at a theme park a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago now. Went to a theme park, some roller coasters and things like that. Had my SafeMoon t-shirt on. Went for 2 days. One, the night before and the day after. The first night, 4 different people shot out SafeMoon to me, and that was pretty awesome. And that makes me think that there were at least more than 4 who saw me and didn't want to be a weirdo and say something. Or maybe they thought I was a weirdo and didn't want to say something. Either way, that's pretty damn cool. Nice to see the SafeMoon army out there, and hopefully maybe spreading some inspiration. People saw that shirt and were like, oh, maybe they had heard and seen some real life action inspired them to think that maybe it was more than just some weirdness. Go home and buy a bag. Good stuff. Hoping that they do get some merch going in the U.S. soon. You guys saw that they have a Utah office opening up soon, where John's fam is there. Didn't know that John's family was in with B&U. That was interesting. Over in Utah. Very interesting. But what I'm hoping, now that they have a Utah location opening, is that we'll get a shipping location in the United States. So we can actually get some merch that doesn't cost $20 to send a mug from the UK. Because I would love to buy an official SafeMoon shirt instead of these. I mean, the ones on Amazon are sweet, but I feel dirty looking at them. Because you know that they are some severe IP infringement going on with most of them. But, I'm pretty sure the team has said that as long as they are not abusing the trademark or using it in a negative way, then they're okay with it. Okay with it being used on merch. So that's okay. That's okay. But still, would love to actually send my money to the crew. But what can you do? What can you do? You know what you can do? You could do some Papa watching. Whoa, that hat looks black. That's sweet. Black hat. Call me a black hat, but not that kind of black hat. I'm not a hacker. So, on this week's Papa Watch, Papa's been quiet this week, but I was able to stir up something. It was hard. Papa's had a quiet week. I think he's been working his butt off trying to get ready for September. He has a big end of the year ahead. On Discord, he was able to drop in and say, just dropping in to say I love you all and I hope your night's going well. Additionally, he popped in with I don't think any of us remember how to relax. It said, how goes it? And then, this was 9 days ago, so this could have been in last week. Sorry I missed it, but man, It really goes to show just how brutal and worked these guys are being right now. Papa's been going hard. And with everything he has on the table these days, I'm not surprised to hear it. And not surprised that we haven't really been hearing from him a whole lot lately. What I did come across just earlier today was this absolutely incredible picture of Papa in a VR headset. But with it, it wasn't just the picture that caught my eye. I mean, it was. I shouldn't say it wasn't. It actually was the picture that caught my eye. But then if we go on down, and I actually am going to read some of this because it's really, really cool. Not just trying to fill up some knowledge here, but first of all, the picture's awesome. Papa's brilliant. But a little information about Papa here. Did you guys... every time I read about Papa, it's interesting. And to be fair, I'm going to say I did not fact check any of this. So if I'm lying to you, I apologize. But hey, it's Papa. So, let's build a little bit of lore. A little bit of lore and legend here. 15 years experience in development. Founded several blockchain and esports companies, many of which were acquired. He's an admin in some groups, but within 3 years, he has co-authored 6 white papers, led development at Trav News to MVP. But it's the programming chops that really got me there. Back-end engineer at Horde. Oh, what was that? Remember? Okay. You guys are going to have to dig back through my catalog. Horde is basically SafeMoon Wallet. We know this. We talked about this a long time ago, that SafeMoon Wallet is basically Horde 2.0. We thought it was what Phoenix was referring to. Now we know that Phoenix is Gambia. But go back and watch that video about what is Horde. This really seals the deal on that. Anyway. Aside from his work, he's a stay-at-home father of 2 in dad jokes, fire hose data collection, programming, sentiment, and bias analysis. He is comfortable with, are you ready? JavaScript, React Native, Node, Angular, Meteor, damn it. Electron, Vue, Python, Django, Perl, Ruby, and Rails, HTML, PHP, Laravel, Cake, CSS, Bootstrap, SCSS, Forth, C, C++, C#, SQL, PostgreSQL, AnyDB, MongoDB, Flutter, JSON, Go, Solidity, and Lua. Not limited to, in no particular order, on a pick your poison basis. There you go. Papa's a beast. Enjoy. What do you want him to do for you? He's got it. Basically, he's been programming anything the internet's thrown at him for the past 15 or 20 years. And that's why it is awesome to have Papa on our team, smashing away at our blockchain. Solidity being currently probably his primary go-to juice. Dad jokes are sweet. A blind man walks into a bar, then a chair, then a tail. Oh, Jeebus Chrysler. I mean, your name is basically a dad joke too, so that's awesome. Hell yeah, I do love dad jokes. They are wonderful. Blind man walks into a bar, then a table, then 2 men walk into a bar. The third one ducks. We have some art this week. Mitchell Harden coming through with his edits again. This is a pretty neat one. A little SafeMoon fun there. And then this one here, I don't know if you guys have seen future Matt Wallace 88888 over here. He's been crushing it on Twitter with his drops of basically everybody's profile pictures. I haven't gotten one yet, Matt, which is fine because my Twitter profile picture is not me. Oh, take the hat off because Papa watches over. But look at this. He did the whole team. Love it. Very sweet. Very sharp. Nice job, Matt Wallace, 888, or future Matt. Not sure if the actual Matt Wallace has any artistic skill, but this makes up for it. And yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. And this is where I'm going to have to wrap it up here because this is what we've got for this week. I'm going to, holy cow, what we got for this week. Let me share the link to the calendar here for everybody. Go ahead and add this up. Like I said, there's the link to the calendar. I am going to update that with everything as we go through the end of the year. I'll be keeping a sharp eye on Twitter, Discord, the AMAs, everywhere else that they're posting what's going on in the world. I'm going to change all those deadlines to actual release dates when we have them. Like I said, if you guys come across anything that's super cool or interesting in the SafeMoon universe that has a date that should be on the calendar, send it my way and I'll put it there. I want to make this a good, robust community calendar that we could all keep track of everything cool that's happening, because it's kind of hard to keep tabs on everything right now. And people say that I don't know what's going on and I miss things. So trying to help with that. So let me know what else can go on there. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me tonight. It's been a wonderful number 10. I forgot to say at the start that this was number 10. Holy cow, can you believe it? We're in the double digits finally. And that's it's all because of y'all. Every one of y'all. I'm not from the South. I shouldn't say that. It's because of every single one of you, and I really appreciate the support. You're all wonderful. I love every member of the SafeMoon Army who comes and hangs out here every week and who watches the videos throughout the week. The not live videos, who can't make it here on a Sunday night. I understand I do it late, but that's because I like to stay up late, and we try to, make it for around the world. Some of the folks over in Australia even get to join in because it kind of fits, I guess, on the Monday morning schedule over there, which is kind of cool. So thanks again, everyone. Hope to see you back here again very, very soon for your next Crypto Bath. Have a wonderful SafeMoon week. Peace.